Today we're going to do a review of the Otterbox Defender case for the Samsung Galaxy S4 that was just recently released by AT&T on April the 27th. And unlike the Defender case for the GS3, this one, the GS4 Otterbox case, preceded the release of the phone by a few days. Last year when the GS3 was released, I had to wait about a month before the Defender case was available for the GS3. Now, as you can see, I have both phones, the GS3 and the GS4, and the components of each Otterbox case. However, with the GS4, I just don't have the holster here, but it did come with a holster. One significant difference with the holster is that for the GS4 holster case, the belt clip does have a 360-degree field of motion, but you can't use it as a kickstand. And I have just recently started not carrying a holster, but I like the extra added protection of the Defender case. So each case comes with the top section with a clear screen protector with cutouts for the appropriate sensors and earpiece grill. The key primary difference is with the GS4, you have less of the bezel showing, but it still has plenty of room for the sensors and the earpiece grill. The other primary difference to note is on the back piece. If you notice that the speaker grill, the LED flash, and the camera are all aligned here, in the GS4, the camera and the LED flash are at the top, with the speaker grill being noted at the bottom. In addition, the silicone outer coating, the way the flaps open on the GS3, they open down. On the GS4, they open up. And there's the composition is pretty similar, so I didn't really notice a lot of difference. And you'll also see that it has the foam padding for the added protection. So those are the primary differences between the two cases. I've put the GS3 back in its case because I want to show you guys a comparison between the two phones when they're in their Defender cases, because one of the big comments that I've seen so far is that, oh, these phones are just so bulky, I can't put them in my pants. Well, as you can see, I've stretched out this outer silicone layer quite a bit because I've put it in my back. I put my phone in my back pocket, and I'm a pretty big guy, and I sit on it. I've never had an issue with it. So I've cleaned off my GS4 top and bottom, and as you can see, I'm going to put it in the lower half of the inner plastic case, and then just like with the GS3, you just have to snap it in place. Just have to work it around each corner, and this case is much easier to disassemble. The clips are much more user-friendly. As you can see, it has just enough cutouts for all the IR sensors and LED sensors and the earpiece grill, and it's almost flush with the home screen button. Then you insert it in the outer silicone layer and just kind of work your way around. Kind of work your way around. Once you get it in, you just kind of work your way around the sides and then around the edge. Now, the GS4 case still has a very significant lip, as you can see, to protect it against a face-first drop, and it's not quite as prominent as the case for the GS3. And as you will note, in summary, there are some significant differences in terms of the top part of the bezel here showing, but the locations of all the primary controls on the phones, as you know, didn't change a whole lot, but still you'll notice that there's still a good bit of screen real estate showing, so Otterbox really did a good job here. And as you'll notice, the screen protector for the GS4 is more flush with the home button, so the home button's not as prominent. On the right side of the case, just to sum up, you have your power button. On the top, you have covering for your 3.5mm headphone jack and your other microphones and sensors. On the left side, you have the volume rocker. On the bottom, you have a cover for the micro USB charging port and one of the other microphones. If you look at the two, if you compare the two, flipping them over, as you'll notice, on the GS3, the LED flash, the camera, and the speaker grill are all aligned. And on the GS4, the 13 megapixel camera and the LED flash are here mounted in the center top, with the speaker grill mounted in the lower left. You'll also notice that, to me, it feels as if the Otterbox Defender case for the GS4 is much slimmer than that of the GS3, so I think any bulk issues should be minimal at best. And as I said, I'm a pretty big guy. I've used this Otterbox case with no issues, and I've been able to put it in my back pocket, no problem, and used it every day. So here it is, the Otterbox Defender case for the Samsung Galaxy S4. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I hope you've enjoyed this video.